Hey guys, what's going on? And today's video I'm going to be talking to you guys about Athens. First of all, I'm back from Europe, which is really cool, and I'm super excited, guys, to be able to be bringing to you a new series that I'm going to be doing, which is going to be about my trip in Europe, and things that I did there and things that I recommend to you guys. I want to say thanks, guys, for tuning in today, and also I want to say thanks for watching this episode. First thing that I'm going to be talking about is Athens. So Athens is the cradle of Western civilization. My trip when I first started that's where we first started off, because we wanted to start at the very southeast point of Europe that we could possibly go to. So it's the cradle of Western civilization, guys. It's got over 3,400 years of recorded history, which is crazy. It goes back to the Roman Empire and the Roman times and all those cool historic moments. So number one, first thing I'm going to talk about that I think that you guys should visit. This is going to be the top 15 things to visit Athens that I did, that I highly recommend for you guys. So number one is the ancient Acropolis. Definitely have to go here. It's at the top of the city. It's the highest point in Athens, and it's absolutely breathtaking views, guys. If you're ever gonna go to Athens, try to get up early. I highly recommend getting up early and beating the crowds, beating the rush, because it can get very busy once it's past like 9 or 10. You know, it can get very busy. So highly recommend that you go visit the ancient Acropolis. Number two is the Temple of Olympian Zeus. Temple of Olympian Zeus, guys. Just the name of it sounds incredible, right? Once again, get there early. For all of these places, you gotta get there early. You gotta pay to go in here. Same as the Acropolis, you gotta pay. I can't remember how much it was. I think it was pretty cheap. It was about €5 each, but it's got some wear and tear. But the Temple of Olympian Zeus is definitely a must. It goes back from 515 BC. That's how old it is. And it's actually, doesn't look like it, but it is actually bigger than the Parthenon. It was built in marble structure, and tons and tons of slaves ended up building this structure. It's absolutely marvelous, guys. When you get there, it's breathtaking to see. You'll see in some of the pictures that I'm going to be showing throughout this video. Number three, guys. Number three is the Parthenon. I just kind of talked about it. But number three is the Parthenon. Iconic history. It's dedicated to the goddess Athena, Parthenos. It's unbelievable. It's huge. It's everything that you can see. It's got tons of history. You're just walking around it, taking the views, guys. Breathe it all in. It's very amazing to see in person. So yeah, definitely highly recommend you visit the Parthenon. Number four is to visit some museums. If you're a museum person, make sure you go and visit some of the museums. There's quite a bit of them throughout Athens. But me, myself, I didn't really visit too many museums when I was in Europe. It wasn't exactly the thing for me to do, but I did visit some. But some museums to visit were the Panathenaic Museum, which is... The Panathenaic Museum is an Olympic museum. It's from 330 BC. Games back then, the killings, they would put people in there, and kind of like Roman times, right, where they put people in there and they would just fight to the death. So that was pretty cool. So yeah, so that's my number four. That was museums. So number five, guys. Number five, this is really cool. The Theater of Dionysius. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but the Theater of Dionysius is from 174 AD on the slopes of Acropolis, and it's built out of limestone rock. and it was amazing to see. When you're up in Acropolis, you can look down on this theater looking thing, and it's just breathtaking. You can see all of Athens on one side, and on the other side you can see the old town of Athens and ancient Agora, which I'll talk about later. But Theater of Dionysius is a must-see, guys. It's built out of limestone rock, and at one time it sat 17,000 people. So you can imagine 17,000 people with 64 rows of people just watching Greek dramas. So they had anywhere from, you know, Greek dramas and shows and theaters and stuff like that. Like, they had lots and lots of cool stuff. That was the stuff like drama and stuff like that that they would see on a day-to-day basis. Number six is the Arch of Hadrian. This is a must-see, guys. It's right by the Temple of Zeus. If you go to the Temple of Zeus and you go to the northeastern side, you can look to the right, and there's actually this arch that is just breathtaking to see. Built in 131 AD, and it was in the honor of Hadrian, which I guess was a very high and well-known person back then. But if someone's building an arch for a person, it's got to be someone that's very, very famous. So that's number 6. Number 7, guys, would be to explore the town of Plaka. I highly recommend that you guys go to Plaka. This is what we did on day 2. Day 1, well, by the way, I forgot to say, we had 3 days in Athens. Very, very hot there, guys. It's like 30 degrees and above. Usually it doesn't really dip down below that. It is very hot. It kind of feels like a desert. Town of Plaka, guys. It has got some amazing food. Just walk around, check out the restaurants. There's little streets that you can go down that you look up and you're just looking up like, whoa, just like amazing food and little restaurants, and they have marble stone. You know, the streets are made of cobble streets and marble stone, and they got cafes, they got gelato. It's got it all, guys. You got to go there. It's really cool. We spent about a half a day there because there were so many cool things to see. That's number 7. Number 8 is the Roman Agora. So the Roman Agora is a marvelous ancient structure, a Roman marketplace. So this place, it's got like an arch. When you see it, it's actually in my video from the one before, but there's an arch. And then, so back in the times, from what I believe, is Julius Caesar and Emperor Augustus needed a place that that basically was their foundation. It had their churches, the houses, and workshops. So this was like their forum area. So they had like this main area, and when I walked in there and when I saw it, there was lots of structures that were there. Like, they still had a church that's there, guys, but a lot of the stuff there has all been wear and tear, and but it's so cool to see. You have to go here. So the Roman Agora is definitely a place you have to visit. Number 9. Number 9 is the ancient Agora. The ancient Agora is overlooking the Roman Agora, and it's actually basically the city that's all around there. It's got temples, stores, and houses. So you can walk around, and there's kind of like this really big area. But another thing that I should have mentioned is, when you visit one of these places, I think you have to pay. Don't just pay for each place, pay for the pass. The pass is, I think, about 30 euro each. So if you're going with someone, it's about 60 euro, but it's 30 euros each, but you get access to all of these places. So buy the pass. I can't remember what the pass is named, but once you visit one of these places, get that pass. And I think there's only 1 or 2 places that offer that pass. So you definitely want to get the pass to save yourself some money. Number 10, guys, is the Acropolis Museum. You have to go here. It's amazing. There's archaeological findings. You walk around, it's got an amazing structure, and you just walk around and spend about half an hour there, guys. It's got statues, it's got faces, it's got people, it's got and it's got everything. There's old history, all the old gods and goddesses and structures are all there. It's definitely a must-see. You know, I'm saying that a lot, but all of these places, if you have 3 days, you should have no problem doing all these. So Acropolis Museum, must-see. You can get some awesome pictures there, guys. If you're any Instagrammers or YouTubers, you definitely can get some awesome pictures there of the whole city too as well. Number 11 is from what I said earlier. You want to visit Monastery Key. So Monastery Key is a stop on one of the train systems. Monastery Key is basically the center of it all. There's shops, there's food, there's bars, there's everything. When I was there, if you look at my video in Athens, there was I guess it was World Cup going on, prelims, and they had Belgium going on. There's a whole bunch of Belgium fans there, so there's lots of people that drink, there's partying. If you want to go for the nightlife scene, go to Monastery Key. It's really cool. There's so much good Greek food if you're into that. I love Greek food. But yeah, you definitely should visit. Definitely go there. Number 12, guys, is the Temple of Ephesus. Is made of marble. It's from 449 BC. It's on the hill overlooking Agora. It's like an ancient structure. It's very, very cool. Like, if you're totally into that stuff, take a look. I got some pictures of it as well. But Temple of Ephesus, you have to go visit. Number 13 is the National Historic Museum. Paintings, artifacts. This is where they do the changing of the guard. That's another thing I should have mentioned. Visit the changing of the guard is one of the coolest things you'll see. I think they only do it once a day. I'm not sure, or is it every hour? I can't remember, but you go there and there's always a huge crowd, and they do the changing of the guards. So I guess they're guarding this place every day or every hour. I think it's at noon or something. I'll have to look into it. I can't remember, but they do a changing of the guards. So people that come in and guard the place, they go in, they swap them, and they do this really cool ceremony. It's actually fairly cool. So yeah, number 14 is the Panathenaic Museum. This place is a must-see. It's from 330 BC for games, killings. I talked about it earlier. It's kind of like an Olympic stadium, guys. I talked about it earlier. They used to have games that would go on here, and then they would have killings. I guess they would have people that would fight one another for slaves. Slaves would get thrown in there and fight to the death. It was really cool. Kind of like the movie Gladiator, right? You know, we all watched that. Mount Lycabettus. This, guys, number 15. Mount Lycabettus is number one thing in my opinion to do. It is the best thing to do. In my video, you guys will see I get up early, I grab some food at a local store, and you walk up. You want to get up early for this, guys. You do not want to be there in the afternoon in the heat, blah blah blah. This is the best panoramic views of Athens. So you walk up, and as you're walking up, if you go in the morning like I did, you walk up and you can catch the sunrise. And if you go there at nighttime, you can also catch the sunset. You can get some sick shots, panoramic shots. You can get some time-lapse shots, everything, you name it. You can see the whole city up here. So write that down, guys, on your itinerary. Mount Lycabettus, definitely a place you want to see. Apparently, from the history that I read up on, legend has it that goddess Athena was in the process of carrying a rock to the top of the Acropolis, and what happened is 2 black birds were flying, and I guess they were bothering her, so she accidentally dropped the rock, and this massive rock that she dropped created Mount Lycabettus. So pretty cool, right? Yeah, so those are my top 15 things, guys, that I highly recommend that you do when you're in Athens. There's so many things to see in Athens, but for 3 days I don't suggest you go far away in Athens. There's a lot of things you can do, but kind of try to stay in the center of it all. Let's see, center of it all. And yeah, stay in the center of it all, guys, and do all these things. There's more you can do, but also just sit down, relax, have a beer, have some food, you know, take it easy, right? Like, you don't want to you don't want to rush yourself too much. I also recommend it, guys, get an Airbnb or get a hotel that's fairly cheap and close to the center of Athens. You don't want to get anything that's far away because you're going to be having troubles trying to get in. It's very busy there, very, very busy. So hope you guys liked this video today, guys, and I hope you got some helpful tips out of visiting Athens. I'll be doing more videos of this, of each country that I visited, and kind of elaborate more on it. But thanks for watching, guys. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, comment below, and yeah, very, very happy that you guys tuned in, and have a marvelous day. Be happy, enjoy life, adventure.